When we look at a graph, sometimes what we want to determine is where is the graph increasing, decreasing, or remaining constant. So when we look at this, we're always looking at a graph from left to right and determine what's happening those particular times. So it looks like from left to right, the graph is doing something consistently from here all the way to this point of 0. And then at 0, it turns around and starts to do something different. So I could say from negative infinity to 0, I can say the graph is decreasing. From 0, and I continue over to my right, at some point, at the point 2, it looks like it's going to be increasing. So from the point 0 to 2, I can say my graph is increasing. And then likewise, from 2 all the way down, as it continues on, my graph concludes or finishes in a decreasing manner. So from 2 to positive infinity, my graph then decreases. Again, we have to look at graphs from left to right to determine if it's increasing or decreasing. A couple other things that you can notice here is that I also have a couple places where this particular graph turns around. Right here, I have a relative minimum. That means that this point is the lowest point relative to all the other points around it. So therefore, that's a relative minimum. Can you guess what that point up there is going to be called? Yeah, a relative maximum. It's the highest point or the maximum point relative to some of those spots corresponding to it. And it's not the maximum of the entire graph. That's why we use the word relative, because obviously there's other points up here that are more, or that increase or have a higher value than that particular point. So again, that's why we call that point a relative maximum, and this point here we call relative minimum.